viewers, and welcome to Science TV Crunch News at 1 p.m. You are with me, Edna Kaindi, and that is my sign name with my sign language interpreter doing the voicing, Tobias Omondo. On to our first news item. Ahead of next week's school reopening, the National Treasury has allocated 31.34 billion Kenya shillings to ensure a smooth start to the term. In a statement that was released by State House spokesperson Hussein Mohammed, 4.74 billion Kenya shillings was disbursed to facilitate free primary education for term 1, 7.6 billion Kenya shillings as capitation for junior secondary schools, and 2.8 billion Kenya shillings to cater for school examinations and invigilation costs. Also, 16.2 billion Kenya shillings was allocated towards financing free day secondary schools in the first term. On to other news. The fate of controversial housing tax hangs in the balance as the Court of Appeal prepares to rule on its temporary suspension on the 26th of January 2024. Judges Lydia Achode, John Mativo, and Mwaniki Gashoka will have 24 hours to decide whether to extend or to lift the conservatory orders issued by the lower court, which currently bar the implementation of the tax. The deadline for the tax operationalization is January 10th, 2024. During Wednesday's hearing, the court had arguments from both sides. The applicants, including the Attorney General, KRA, Treasury, and Parliament, defended the tax. They argued for its importance in raising funds for affordable housing initiatives. The respondents, led by Senator Okiya Mtata, the Law Society of Kenya, and human rights groups, challenged the tax legality and the potential negative impact on the low-income earners. On to other news. In response to accusations that President William Ruto is undermining judicial independence, State House spokesperson Hussein Mohammed issued a statement on Wednesday clarifying the government's stance. In the statement, the spokesperson said that the president has been at the forefront in safeguarding judicial independence, the rule of law, and constitutional principles for the benefit of Kenyans. Mohammed further added that the president is duty-bound to defend Kenyans against judicial impunity and misconduct perpetrated by corrupt officers who collude with other individuals advancing personal interests.
We will protect the independence of the judiciary. What we will not allow is judicial tyranny and judicial impunity. Wameenda wakatafutana na corrupt judicial officials, wakapanga njama ati wazuie ndio waendelee kuiba pesa ya NHIF, nusu ya pesa ya NHIF. I want to tell you my friends, hiyo haiwezi kuendelea. Judiciary wanasema tuzijenge. Mnataka tujenge? Nijenge hiyo barabara ama tungojee hawa watu? Tujenge barabara? Bwana Mbogwa, wewe bwana PS, weka pesa ya hiyo barabara tuanze kujenga.
We shall not allow both or either judicial autocracy or executive autocracy in this country.
Itabidi sasa tuwe na mjadala na watu ambao wanapeleka makesi kotini kuzuia maendeleo katika taifa letu la Kenya. Itabidi tuulizane maswali. Msituambie ati mnapanga ati vita, ati maandamano, ati kwenda kupiga kuharibu mali ya watu, ati kwenda kuumiza wananchi, ati kwenda kumwaga damu. Kumwaga damu, kuharibu biashara ya wananchi itaweza kusaidia Kenya kwa njia gani?
Na wao hapana sumbuka na hii watu wanaongea mambo mingi. Rais Kibaki alipoingia pale 2002, mwaka wa 2003 at 2004 alikuwa anapigiwa kelele na kila mtu.
Acha kutuambia wataleta maandamano 2024. Wamechelewa. Hata wangepanga moja ya kuvuka mwaka. Hakuna Wakenya wataendelea kutisha tena ati maneno ya maandamano.
What is the alternative? Nyinyi, sisi tumesema tunataka tulipe ushuru, tuokoe Kenya kwa madeni. Nyinyi mtuambie yenu ni gani?
History is made by people who were at first doubted, people who had good dreams. Your Excellency, you are making history.
Still on that same story, Kenyan lawyers are gearing up for nationwide peaceful demonstrations next week. Now this action comes in response to President William Ruto's recent criticism of the judiciary and his suggestion of potentially disobeying unfavorable court orders related to government projects. In a press address, the Law Society of Kenya, that's LSK President Eric Thury, stated that all advocates and legal practitioners will wear purple ribbons during the demonstrations as a symbol of solidarity with the judiciary and their commitment to upholding the rule of law.
The President, therefore, as the foremost custodian of the rule of law, should refrain from undermining the judiciary and instead utilize legal avenues at his disposal to challenge decisions that he finds aggrieving. Before an hyena feeds on its cub, it starts accusing them of smelling like goats. And that is what we are saying, that roadside declarations of allegations of corruptions against judges is not something that the head of state should engage in. The Law Society would be organizing a countrywide peaceful demonstrations where we will read and affirm the oath that each and every one of advocates of the High Court of Kenya took.
We therefore are calling upon all members of the Law Society of Kenya to don purple ribbons throughout the coming week.
To make such statements, then probably the judiciary might end up getting intimidated by such statements. But we expect the judiciary to be independent.
Leaders in West Ugenya Ward in Siaya are up in arms with the security officers whom they accuse of attempts to cover up the death of a villager who was crushed to death by a police vehicle. Led by the area member of Parliament of County Assembly, that's Andericus Oduor Odongo, the leaders have joined the family of the late Austin Odhiambo, 36 years, in demanding for a multi-agency investigation into his death, which occurred outside his parents' gate at Uhumwa village in West Ugenya location. According to the family, the deceased was pleading for his phone that had been confiscated by a policeman who grabbed his hand as the Land Cruiser was in motion, only to release him, and he fell down and was crushed by the vehicle.